Welcome back, Santa Clarita Valley. We're here on your hometown station with your host, Perry Smith, KHTS AM 1220 News Director, working the Neighborhood Watch with Deputy Josh Dubin of the Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff Station, where we talk about everything that the Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff Station is doing to keep our streets safe, working with the community. And one thing that we were just discussing was the holidays. The weather is a factor, obviously, but maybe something people don't realize, but it happens every year. The spike in heart-related incidents, cardiac episodes, I believe they're called in the doctor's terms.
And let me take a step back before we talk about this. Although not really crime-related, interesting around Thanksgiving holiday, especially since this is the Thanksgiving holiday edition of the Neighborhood Watch.
The Thanksgiving episode. We declared that.
On my Twitter, at JDLASD, I tweeted out the Neighborhood Watch podcast homepage, which you could find at hometownstation.com.
We have a page now. We're almost official.
We
have YouTube videos up there, so you can watch the show in action if you can't catch us on the radio. You can watch it later and enjoy the view of this mustache, right?
There is a picture of you with the mustache. If you go to hometownstation.com and I believe you click on podcasts or on-air personalities,
right?
Something like that at the top.
You're certainly an on-air personality.
I am not. I'm just the guest. This is your world.
Well, you're a personality that's on the air. Let me just say that.
That is true. Anyways, my point was, if you wanted to catch previous episodes of the Neighborhood Watch,
they're on there.
They're on hometownstation.com.
And if you can't stand the view, there is an audio podcast too. So
which is probably better. Which is probably better.
That's
okay.
That's the facts.
News Director Perry Smith.
So you had some interesting.
I have a printout from WebMD.
Right, a great resource in case you have looking up what
the truth behind more holiday heart attacks,
and why cardiac problems spike during the holidays, and how to stay heart healthy.
So this article goes on to talk about extremely cold temperatures don't really explain why fatal heart attacks peak at Christmas and New Year's and Thanksgiving. And then I go on to the story, and let me read you this, Perry.
I'm listening.
After a large meal, a Thanksgiving feast can easily exceed 4,000 calories.
My goodness.
Cardiac output.
I've put down 4,000 calories in a sitting.
I bet you've put down 5,000 calories.
Maybe.
After a large meal, a Thanksgiving feast can easily exceed 4,000 calories. Cardiac output of blood is increased and diverted to the intestinal circulation to aid in digestion, which can take as long as 6 hours, leaving other organs...
at least 6 hours.
At least. Leaving other organs, including the heart and the brain, relatively deprived.
Come on. You can't make this stuff up, but it's true. I mean, I read it on the internet, so
it must be true.
That.
It must be true. So then it goes on, be a gourmet, not a glutton.
Okay.
So what's a formerly fearless foodie to do on a holiday that features a dinner table? Are you ready?
They got some tips. You got some tips for me?
Tips? These are coming right off the internet.
Okay.
Right from my mouth to Perry Smith's ears. Are you ready, Perry?
I'm ready.
Stay away from the finger foods at the hors d'oeuvres table. Eat a salad first. Use a salad plate instead of a dinner plate. Eat slowly and participate in conversation. Skip the dessert. Or at least go easy on it.
Now, I'm just going to say that eating slowly and participating in conversation can also cause a cardiac incident, can it not? I mean, depending on your surrounding cast and crew?
Correct.
Okay. I'm just going to throw that out there. And skipping the dessert also could cause an incident in my house. I'm just saying. I make mean desserts.
Do you?
You don't want to pass up anything, but okay. And then you had one more.
Limit the alcohol intake to 1 glass of wine and drink at least 1 full glass of water.
That's with each glass of wine that I'm
That's
drinking.
with each glass of wine. It fills you up.
I'm going to be
So the moral to this whole debacle that I just said is not really crime prevention. It is proven, though, that around Thanksgiving, around Christmas, around Hanukkah, around New Year's, heart attacks increase.
And you've been with the sheriff station more than 8 years now?
About 8.5 years.
They're about that. So you've worked your share of holidays. And the reason why we brought this up and we're bringing the tips, it's not just so we can make Perry feel like the ogre that he is at the Thanksgiving table, but it's also to talk about how you can prevent deputies from showing up at your home, because you've had to do that to several families during your time where you've responded to incidents that maybe could have been avoided.
Right. Well, as a deputy working patrol on Thanksgiving, I've worked my number of Thanksgivings. you will respond, or a deputy will respond, oftentimes with the LA County Fire Department to a medical emergency as part of the investigation. If it's just a medical issue, obviously the fire department paramedic will take the handle on that, and if needed, you'll ultimately get transported to a local area hospital. Right. However, oftentimes it will become criminal in nature, and sometimes when families get together, families from out of town, in-laws get together, big family dinner, you're all at the Thanksgiving table. Sometimes conversations get heated and can turn into a domestic.
We'll call them incidents.
Incident.
And you had mentioned one, because I was asking you about it before we came on, where there was a utensil.
I did. I responded to a call a number of years ago on Thanksgiving Day, and they were carving the turkey. The family that I responded to was carving the turkey. Carving the turkey, sitting down at the dinner table, having Thanksgiving dinner, and there was some conversation, family conversation that turned heated, and one gentleman allegedly stabbed another gentleman in the top of the hand with a fork while carving the turkey.
Now that was a statement when you guys were investigating. Was it an incidental jabbing, or was it
no?
A frustrated?
It was allegedly a frustrated. I'm going to stab you in the top of your hand.
My goodness. Well, at least it wasn't a fight for turkey.
It wasn't. It was over some other family issue. Right. Anyways, we bring that up just as the holidays approach. Remember to exercise patience. We only see certain family members, or at least me in my household. Right. I don't know about yours. You only see some of your family, every so often, and holidays are a nice time to spend with the family.
No, and actually,
can be a fun time.
Absolutely. And we had Alex Urbina, who's also has a show on KHTS hometown station, Life Lessons and Coaches. He talks about that as far as the stress related with the holidays and how you can, kind of work through that. And there's websites, you can avoid certain topics or kind of try to keep it a low tension atmosphere.
Right. As much as possible. And I think it's relevant, as Thanksgiving's approaching here next week, between the eating, increased heart attacks, family disturbances, high stress, family in from out of town. These are all things to keep on the top of your mind.
And we want to talk about a little bit more about that and some holiday tips to crime prevention when we get back from the break on your hometown station, KHTS AM 1220.